Fear. What is fear? Well, I don't have to really tell you guys. You know what that is, and but we're going to talk about that today because fear is really just an illusion of your creation, like everything is in the physical world. And until you understand that, you won't be able to navigate this emotional landscape that is the 3D physical world. Okay. And interestingly, when I announced that this is what I was going to talk about, one of my moderators, she knows who she is, who helps us moderate our groups, said, "Oh, like, is this a new video or is this, And we've talked about fear before. We've done a a healing on fear before, but remember, this is the now, and I am in a new place. So are you, my friend. And in the next minute, you'll be in a new place, and so will I be. But this right now, this healing we're going to do later at the end of this discussion, we're sharing. I guess you and I are not really going to discuss, but I'm going to be telling you. At the end of this, Ellen and I are going to do a healing. We're going to do our best to help you shift out of your fear state. But first, we need to talk about what fear really is, what any emotion you and I experience is. Because here's the deal: in this earth plane reality, that again, that is an illusion, a very valuable but real illusion that we are co-creating, because our true home is the spirit world, right? That for some of you, that's your first time you've ever heard of it. For others, you've heard of it for years, maybe decades, and yet you may still not completely accept it or know it to the core of your being. And let's talk about that, because this is why fear is so prevalent on the planet and why it seems, okay, just seems to be difficult to kick it to the curb once and for all and not be ruled by your fear, right? So, one of the challenges you have is that you believe that this world is all there is. That's what you were taught. You were taught that what you can't see is a fantasy, isn't real, is an illusion, right? That, my friend, is the first thing that you have to undo if you're going to move forward. Because if you accept your programming, which is what most people do, and that's why they're just blindly going through life like they are like robots. I mean, we love you very much, but many people are just like walking robots because they're just been programmed. And so in order for you to liberate yourself, you have to break through that, and your emotions actually help you understand what is the reality, what is the truth, because it's telling you the truth based on what you're feeling in the moment, because it's telling you if you're feeling fear right now, it's because you have some belief that you're choosing to focus upon that then results in you feeling that fear. The negative emotion is an indicator that you're holding thoughts in that moment, or you have beliefs in your subconscious that are strong, that are predominant, and you are reacting to that, right? It doesn't mean it's real. Okay. I mean, yes, you're having a real experience. Something maybe is happening in the physical world that is triggering you because you experience something, or you read something, or you hear something, and then you have a reaction to it. But here's the thing: you've been programmed to think your reaction to it means it's real. It means you should feel threatened and you should feel afraid. But it's not, because what you're reading about or experiencing in and of itself is truly something you need to fear. You're creating it now because you're labeling it, you're deciding, you're choosing that what you read about or what you saw, what you experienced is something that you should fear. And you're creating that fear response. Okay. But it doesn't make it true. because all experience in this world and the next is fleeting, is just what's happening, and you can either latch onto it with your beliefs and say, I'll have more of that when you focus on it, and you say whatever you say to it, whether you say, this is the thing, whether you say I love this, right, then it'll stick to you in your reality, or if you say I hate this, it'll stick around in your reality, because you're labeling it is what makes it so. So you don't understand the power of your negative thoughts to actually glue themselves to your vibration and then manifest in your world. So right now in 2025, and the planet is going through clearly a lot of disruption politically, socially, economically, you name it. All right. And you're going to see that play out, because this is a time of transformation. It's a time of change. Change is often disruptive. In some respects, it has to be, because old systems must break apart and fall away. So in the meantime, there's a lot of chaos. It doesn't mean you have to go into fear and be negatively impacted by it. It's your choice. But if you, first of all, hear what I just said and you go, I don't accept that, then okay, you can't make that happen. You just can't. If you don't believe me, then you're rejecting it and you're opting by default for the alternative. Like, I'm powerless, I'm a victim, things are just going to happen to me and I'll have no control over it. Okay, so you're just like letting it in. So let's be clear on that. What do you have to lose by at least opening up to the possibility that your thoughts create? Because they do. Okay, they do. Your thoughts absolutely create. Your thoughts and beliefs create your reality, no exception. They show up in your world. They magnetize to you what you're thinking about, what you're believing. It's reflecting to you what you truly, truly believe, right? Even if you say one thing, but you really believe another thing, because words are just one level, and in some respects, a very superficial level of your true vibration. Because people say a lot of things, don't they? Like blah 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 blah. They say a lot of things, and a lot of times they don't even believe it themselves. They just blather on, right? But what they really believe inside, they can't hide that from the universe, because that creates your frequency. And so whatever your frequency is broadcasting to the universe 24/7. You can't hide it, no matter what you say. So you say one thing, but you believe another thing. The universe ignores what you're saying. It's going right to the stronger vibration of what you truly believe. And here's the deal. If you're in a lot of fear, you're choosing beliefs that are limiting, disempowering, right? You are. That's why you feel the fear. And the fear, the negative emotion, is telling you that from the perspective of your higher self, your soul, that is not true, what you're believing. Because your soul knows that you can change anything through your changing your belief, through your vibration, that you can heal yourself of any condition, assuming that the condition is not something that you agreed to experience, because some souls do take on challenges in order to learn from them, right? So it's not like you can heal everything, but you can heal what you can heal, what is optional, the conditions that you're not necessary for your growth. And a lot of people are suffering from conditions that they could transform if they changed their belief system, right? But that's all fear is. It's just an indicator that whatever you're thinking of, whatever you believe predominantly that keeps coming to surface, maybe you have a lot of fears about a lot of things, okay, that's your vibration. You are going to, therefore, attract more situations, people, experiences that have to mirror that fear to you, because the universe supports you 100% in what you believe. That is the law of creation. You get back what you put out. You put out a lot of fear, the universe says, okay, here you go. Here you go. More to match what you are broadcasting out. It is like you're living in a world of mirrors. Okay? You are. And so if you want to change your outer world, you've got to change your inner world. It is all your creation, right? It is that simple and yet that challenging for a lot of you, because again, you've been programmed. And so why do you think in this channel you go through our videos and you see me talking about a lot of times the same thing taught a little differently? The reason we have to do that is because we're trying to blast through your programming. If this was a channel about, I don't know, about how to grow your YouTube channel or something like that, it would be much simpler. I'd say, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this. Here's the plan. Here's what people have done. You'd go, okay, I got it. You're off and running. It's easy because there's no limiting beliefs to break through, unless the person believes they can't succeed, right? Which some people do. They believe they can't succeed in anything, or they have nothing to offer, on and on. Okay, but there's no basic beliefs that are going to disrupt their ability to go forward and make a YouTube channel. I mean, it's really not difficult. But what Alan and I are doing is a whole other level. It's like we're threatening the reality maps of some people, even mediums who don't believe that people either should continue relationships across the veil or that it's possible. You go on and on. And some of them even feel threatened by the idea that you and I are going to not need them and talk directly. Okay, I'm just giving you one example of why people have the beliefs they have that aren't necessarily, well, they all are true. You get to believe what you choose, and then you get to create the reality you choose. That is it. But think about that. Did anybody tell you that when you were growing up? Did anybody tell you that in school? Do even many mediums tell you that? Many of them don't. Some of them do. The ones who are more enlightened, but a lot of them don't. There's so much confusion and misinformation about the afterlife. And certainly there's a lot of lies you've been fed about who you are. Because again, you've been saddled with the programming that not only you have endured, but your ancestors, your immediate family, those around you, right? The soul has been asleep for millennia, but now we're waking up, right? So if you want to break free of this fear programming, you've got to first understand what you're up against. This doesn't mean it's impossible for you to break through, okay? But you have to understand, this is why we keep talking about this, and why I laugh when somebody goes, well, haven't you done a video on that? I go, yeah, and I think we probably need to do another, I don't know, 100 videos on this subject, because every video is a little different and people are at a different place, and then they go, oh, I get it now. I've been talking about this in our academy to students for going on now over 2 years. I don't know, maybe we're going to your third year. I can't keep track. I've been talking about it for many years. But even our students are still like, oh, yes, I know that, but they're not applying it. Okay. And the reason you're struggling to actually live it is because there is like this dense layer of all your limiting beliefs. And the main belief that needs to be busted and kicked to the curb is fear. Because underneath all fears we have about anything, okay? Underneath it all, because I've done a lot of work on this and understand the nature of fear, underneath every fear is the foundational core fear belief that, you may be annihilated, like you'll cease to exist. Not just suffering, not just like I'll be homeless or, I'll be poor or I'll be hurt. It's like that you will cease to exist. That's at the bottom of everything. But once you understand that you can never cease to exist, and once you understand that you create everything, you created everything, even the challenges, even the so-called problems, even the so-called suffering, that you created everything. Once you really, really get that, that to the core of your being, you're free. You're out of jail. You realize I'm the master of my experience, right? Outer conditions don't create matter, do not create my world, right? They don't. It's your vibration that creates what happens out here, that attracts to you what you truly need, that is for your highest good. But if you're broadcasting fear, insecurity, unworthiness, lack, right? If you're broadcasting these negative beliefs and feeling this negative emotion, you are attracting that, and you're blocking the universe from sending you the abundance, the support, the love, the healing, right? You're blocking everything that is truly for your highest good, and you're amplifying the negativity. And the challenge you and I face right now, and I'm including myself in this too, because I'm still in a body, so I can have my moments, but I know how to course correct. I know how to get myself back in alignment. And this is why we teach in our academy. This is why we go live every week with our students, and why the main focus of our work is always going to be with working with people in real time, coaching people. And we have these other programs. We have a lot of things we offer, but the reason, you kind of need to immerse yourself in this is because you're up against all that brainwashing, and you continually are being brainwashed by the media, and you're watching whatever news you're watching. I don't care what you're watching. I don't care whether you're watching Fox or CNN, or I don't care what it is. All of it is skewed. All of it is distorted. None of it, this is what Spirit's saying, none of it is telling you the pure truth from the perspective of all that is. Only you can go direct and be able to hone your connection, and through that filter all this garbage and come to your own understanding of what's true for you. But all these sources are disempowering you. I've been researching this more lately, even in the New Age community. And there's so much, there's still so much misinformation that is disempowering, even by people who say that they're here to empower you. Okay. We're here to help you go direct to your source, to your soul, because that is your power base. That is your truth. Don't believe what I say. Don't believe what anybody says. Get your own connection going. Get your own truth. But first, you've got to clear out those negative limiting beliefs. That's what we're going to teach next month, an in-depth 2-day weekend workshop, and actually do clearing of limiting beliefs on people. I knew this was coming a while ago, and I'm communing with my spirit team, and I go, well, am I ready for that? I used to do that, and they said, no, you're going to be ready for it soon. And then recently they said, okay, we're going to do this now, because I basically am channeling the spirit world, and channeling them is something that apparently, that's part of my mission. That they showed me that like over 35 years ago, where I had this waking vision that shocked me so much it scared the life out of me, because they showed me what my path was. But it wasn't time for me to step into that until Alan passed away, right? But right now, coming back to the issue of fear, you have to really stay focused, because others around you are literally, in a sense, going to lose their heads or lose their minds with the fear that's hitting the planet. There are, let's just say, forces out there. It's not just political. It's not just, whatever. Don't get afraid about it. Don't give your power away to them. But there are, let's say, groups or powers that be or were, because they're moving out, that want to still control you and afraid that you're going to wake up to the truth of who you really are. And they can't have that. They want to keep you being enslaved by your fear and your limiting belief. But if you have a loved one you're connecting with across the veil, they are on your side and want you to rise up, not just to meet them and have your relationship through the veil with them, right? Because of course they want that. But they want you to be free. They want you to be healthy. They want you to be abundant. They want you to be happy. They don't just want you to commune with them, although that is your motivating force, and that's perfect, right? That's beautiful. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, they're saying. That's just one part. The all of it is you becoming who you truly are and knowing your worth and your power, so that you live an incredible life with them, so that you match their frequency, rise to fourth density, and you're fearless, because you absolutely know to the core of your being who you truly are, and you never deviate from that knowing, no matter what is happening out in the world, no matter what your friends are telling you, no matter what you watch on YouTube or CNN or Fox or whatever, wherever you get your news and content from, that you know your truth, right? So that's our message today. And the angelic realm that I've been channeling the past like week and a half or whatever it is we've been doing, is here to help you. Call on them. That's why we've been teaching our Healing with the Archangels workshop series, right? Every session has been almost like a standalone workshop in itself, in that the particular archangel I was channeling had a message, had a focus. Last time it was Archangel Michael, wanting to teach people how to stand in their power, right? That one you guys should get. Just that one, okay, if you're in fear. Michael is here to help you, but you got to help yourself. It's not like you just sit there passively and go, "Oh, Archangel Michael, help me get rid of my fear." He kind of laid the I'm going to say the law down, but he doesn't. He's kind of laughing at me. He kind of really told it straight, like what you got to do. You got to do the heavy lifting. You got to monitor your thoughts. He can't do that for you. You are God's creator, source, energy in a body. You have to embrace your divinity if you're going to break free of all that fear and limiting beliefs. You are not willing to do that. He says he's limited too. But if you do, if you accept that belief, and maybe you're not quite there yet, but you go, you know what? I'm willing to work on this. I'm really willing to do all I can. And I'm going to be more aware of my fear thoughts or my limiting beliefs. And I'm just going to counter them, not by just like ignoring them, but actually saying to myself, well, that's not true. If I hear myself thinking or saying any limiting belief that makes me feel bad, I'm going to counter it and say, well, that's not true. Even if I'm not 100% believing, if you say to yourself, I know I'm powerful. I know I can get through this. I know I'm worthy, right? You're telling your body the truth, and it will agree with you because it agrees with whatever you think or say or believe. That, again, is how the universe is set up. If you believe in self-destruction, if you believe that you're not worthy, if you believe that you're powerless, it'll give you all the evidence to back it up, because that's how it is set up. Okay, you believe you're powerless. Here's more experiences that will confirm to you the degree that you're powerless. The universe will support you. Even the angelic realm will support you. And that may blow your mind. You go, wait a minute, they're going to support me in my own self-destruction, right? Because they know you cannot be destroyed. They know that, well, maybe in this case, you need to experience what love is not, or what power is not. Maybe you're going to need to learn from the absence of something to grow, because that's a powerful lesson. But it's one that you get to choose. If you're tired of choosing that program of, okay, I'm going to learn what love is not, I'm going to learn through suffering, well, guess what? You get to change that. This is the time of choosing, my beautiful friends. Are you choosing love? Are you choosing fear? It is that simple. And you'll know what you're choosing based on how you're feeling in the moment, because that's your emotional guidance system reflecting back to you your beliefs you're choosing, because you know what you're feeling is reflected by, is by what you're believing. So you feel negative emotion, you're holding a belief, a thought that is limiting or negative. So if you think I'm unworthy, of course you're going to feel terrible, because it's a lie. If you think to yourself, I am worthy, I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, even if your physiological mind isn't quite on board yet, because it tends to be negative, it makes you feel better because it's the truth. If it wasn't the truth, you would feel horrible. That is how it works. Use your guidance system. Use that emotional feedback loop that the universe has created for you to let you know, oh, you think this negative thought, here's a negative emotion that matches it. Here, you think this positive thought, here's the positive emotion that matches it. Don't believe me? Try it, right? So this is why we will keep talking about this. Get used to it, because it's not only that it's a new concept, it's that you have so much programming that you have to dismantle, and you can only dismantle and let go of what you're ready to right now. So if you listen to this later, listen to this, I don't know, tomorrow or next week or even next month or next year, you will be in a new place, and you probably will be able to just shift to another level that you couldn't this time. This is why we're on this channel. This is why we're going to keep talking about this. This is why we have our academy, where even our students, they're making progress, don't get me wrong, but it takes time. It takes time. Spirit just showed me, you're literally like reconfiguring your consciousness and becoming a completely new person. You really are doing that. This is not a small thing. This is a big thing. And this is something that takes time, right? It doesn't have to take forever, because we're living in a time of rapid transformation and change, but it will take a certain amount of process and time. Everybody's going to be different. All right. So I know we're live here. I'm not looking at the comments here. And I know I just said Lisa saying, I'm tired of learning through suffering. I've got that down pat. I want to learn through joy now. Right. So then do it. I hear a lot of people saying the same thing and have been saying it for years. This is the time you either do it or you don't. Because it's going to get that clear to you that you're either continue to choose suffering, or you're breaking free. Right? So decide and be determined. What Spirit's saying to me is, most of you haven't hit the wall yet. Like, hit the wall of your suffering. That's okay. Some people need to get to be, not wishing this on anybody, but some people need to become terminally ill or even on life support before they go, I've had it. I've had it. I want to change. And then why do you think some of them create near-death experiences? Because they're so fed up. Their spirit is like, uh, uh, they're not getting it. And so they have a near-death experience. And hopefully they'll come through that and go, I'm changing, I'm letting it go. If you need to create that, fine. But that's a choice. You don't need to create it that way. You can change easily, quickly. Look at your fear about why you're afraid to change. Fear of change is what blocks most people. It did Alan. So you got to reflect on that. What am I afraid of will change? You have to dig into that. If you're afraid of change, you cannot heal, because healing means you're changing to an improved state, correct? So if you're afraid of change, you will not heal yourself. If you're not healing, either you're afraid of change. That's what I'm hearing loudly from their side. You're either really afraid of change, and they say most people are on some level, have some degree of that, some more than others. Or it's a condition you still need to learn from because you've manifested the condition, the illness, the disease, whatever, to learn from. So you have to look at both. Am I afraid of change? What am I learning from this? Once you learn what you need to learn from this, and you're not afraid of change anymore, you can change instantly, right? So we're going to do a healing on you. And Spirit has told me we're going to have to do more of these, and especially this year, because there's a lot that people are wrestling with during this time of intense and immense change, right? The planet is even kind of rocking and rolling, right? Like with the weather changes or earthquakes, or look what's happening in Santorini, beautiful Santorini that Ellen and I visited with our Santiago when he was a baby. And most of the residents have fled because there's constant earthquakes. No, there's no eruption yet. There might be, who knows? But you can't live in a place where there's constant earthquake activity, like every, I don't know, 5 minutes. But in a sense, it's a metaphor for what the whole world is living through right now. It's like there's an earthquake going on the whole planet energetically. And the way for us to get through it is we've got to break through our limiting beliefs and our conditioning and change. Change meaning become who we truly are, evolve. This is the time right now, this year especially, is a time of evolution. Okay, it's going to take a lot, but it's possible for you, or you wouldn't be here. And we can help you, or you wouldn't be listening to us. So if it resonates with you, then hang in there. Join our Skool community if you haven't done so already. Okay, it's called the Supernatural Love Inner Circle on Skool. Just go into the Skool platform, skool.com with a K. Just look up our name, Supernatural Love Inner Circle, and there you'll find us interacting with people. You'll find a community of people who are on this journey. We'll be uploading. I don't have a lot now, but we will be uploading some of our best YouTube videos that we find helpful. But not only that, like this video will be up there, and it will have some additional resources like a study guide and some other info for you to really glean more from it, because some people need this to be a multisensory experience where you not just hear me, but you get to read and process it, right? So the more of your senses that are involved in your transformation, the better it is for you to read something and then hear something. But in our work, it's very experiential, because I work with Alan across the veil, and I have channeled the other side for 37 years now. And so right now I'm working very closely and intensely with the angelic realm, the archangels and the angels, and some ascended masters of a strong connection with some of them. But that is what you're experiencing in our healings, right? And we're working with your spirit team too, because I've done that for clients for again, for 37 years, I've channeled their guides, their team, if you will. And so we're helping you to shift. We're working with your own soul, your own higher self to facilitate this because you're the one in charge, not really, not me, not even the angels. It's you. So we're working in service to you, right? Helping you help you. So just sit back. We're going to do this now. If you're driving, stop listening because you might go into a trance. We can't be responsible for that. All right. So just relax, close your eyes, and take a deep breath through your nose. And hold it for a moment and exhale through your mouth. This is the best breathing to do when you're trying to go into a deeply relaxed state is in through the nose and out through the mouth, right? You don't want to breathe through your mouth. Mouth breathing is not healthy. So take another breath in through your nose, hold it for a moment, and exhale. And we'd like you to imagine that you're breathing in light when you breathe in through your nose, and you're exhaling energies that no longer work for you, that no longer suit you, that no longer benefit you, that do not belong to you. Let it all go. Take another breath in, hold it for a moment, relax, and set the intention to go deep in your relaxation. Set the intention to expand your energy field as wide as you can. Even if you don't believe you have an energy field, you simply thinking that or saying that does it. Why? Because you are an energy being. You are a spirit. We're just reminding you. You don't even have to fully believe it. But your spirit knows, so it goes, okay, she wants me to expand my energy field. I'll do that. So expand your energy body, your energy field, expand your awareness. Imagine that you're stretching it out, out, out beyond your physical body, beyond the confines of the room or the space you're in. Imagine your field is extending, let's say about a mile wide around you, above you, below you. I want you to feel into that expansive state. This is your consciousness that is limitless. And yes, you can tap into your consciousness while you're still in a physical body because you're always your consciousness. You just may have forgotten, that's all. So expand it, expand your consciousness, be as wide as you can. And we invite you to tap into the peace that is there in your field. That's a mile wide and a mile high and a mile below you, like you're in this bubble that is your field. Your love, your soul's power is infusing this field. You have created this bubble around you, like you create everything in your existence. And yes, you co-create it with other people, but for the sake of this exercise, this attunement, you're claiming it for yourself, saying, this is my world, this is my space. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, fully inhabit this space that you've created. Fully be there. Notice what you notice. Can you perceive anything around you? You might get a fleeting image of something in your mind's eye. You might get sensations physically, feel heat, feel coolness, feel tingles. You might hear something. You might just know something. Right? Whatever you experience, just take it in. Know that you And you alone are the creator and the master of this mini universe you've created. You're the master of everything in your reality, but we're just getting you familiar with this space. Okay. And it is that big, a mile around you in all directions, 360 degrees, right? Above you, below you. You can very much tap into anything that is within this mile radius if you chose to. You could actually expand your awareness to encompass the entire planet. We're just using this mile radius just to get you used to the idea. But you can experiment with this in your home, right? When you're with other people, or maybe in your workplace. Now, don't get intrusive and try to tap into what your coworker is thinking or what's going on with them, but just know that you can connect to anybody and anything, right? And we're talking right now for just the earth plane reality. We're not talking about the spirit world. We'll go more into that in our private workshops, especially in the weekend workshop, where we're going to really take people into expanding their consciousness, their ability to connect to different realities. But for now, you're just expanding your field. And we want you to tap into the peace that's there, because the true nature of existence is peace and love. That is the only truth. But in this reality, of course, there are thought forms of fear and limitation. Right now, you're just going to zero in on feeling the peace and the love. And that may be held by people in a body, but quite often it's held by nature, like plants and trees and right, and even animals who are pure unconditional love. Yes, they may be feeling fear if especially if those animals are being abused. But if they're in a loving home, then they're broadcasting unconditional love, which is not conflicted, not being contradicted, right? They're just broadcasting unconditional love. So you're feeling all that. You're targeting feeling the love and the peace that is being broadcasted by certain people, by animals, by nature itself, by creation itself, since creation is in everything. Consciousness is in everything. And consciousness is pure love. So you're tapping into that. So take a breath in, and we invite you to really solidify your connection and your experience to that love and that peace that is there around you. And knowing that this, while it will change and fluctuate, obviously, because people will come and go, just as animals will come and go, and nature will come and go, will go through its own changes, correct? Because everything in the physical world is impermanent. It doesn't last. And it doesn't last because this world is created by thought, created by our collective thoughts and our individual thoughts and beliefs. Both. You're co-creating it with others, but you're also creating your own reality that can be separate from somebody else's. It's your choice. So feel into that love and that peace. Understand that this is the true essence and nature of existence. Understand that fear is an aberration born out of limiting fear-based thoughts and beliefs. You don't have to generate an experience that mirrors your fears. It is your choice. So right now, just feel into the space around you. And understand that you doing this exercise helps you connect more to your spirit. Your spirit is aspect of your soul that is living in this particular existence, this particular life, because you're multidimensional as a soul and you live many concurrent parallel lives. But in this one, where I'm talking to you, right, you have a unique spirit that is here now and that will always be here now in this existence. So when you tap into your greater self, your soul, you are activating it more in your life. Your spirit is more than connected on a fuller level with your soul because you're consciously making that connection. Your spirit is always connected to your soul, even if you're completely asleep to who you are. That's just the nature of existence. But when you become consciously and deliberately aware and you are choosing to strengthen that connection by the thoughts you're choosing, right? You're doing that deliberately. That strengthens. You start to change. You start to let go of what doesn't resonate with who you truly are. Everyone's process, everyone's journey is unique, but love is, in a very well sense, a process of detoxification. Like holding that love that you truly are, it's going to start bringing up all your beliefs that are false, that are limiting, for you to look at and say, do I choose to believe in my powerlessness or my insignificance? It's up to you. You can let it go right now. Once you realize it makes no sense, when you realize that it was just some programming that you took on from your family, maybe your parents, maybe your teacher, maybe your friends, maybe society. But it was a choice by you. And you have the power to reject that now. You do. It's not really as hard as you think. You just think of it like logically, like, well, I don't choose this anymore. I see through the lie that this is how it is, and I reject it. And again, be determined. Spirit is saying to me that people's determination to break free of the trap of the limiting beliefs that they're programmed with is going to really be the determining factor. You being determined and focused and unwilling to accept anything less than your divinity and your power is what's going to help you banish fear forever from your reality. It's about claiming your power. Once you are standing in your power, you will never be afraid again. And that's what we wish for you. So subscribe to your channel if you haven't already done so. Okay? Set the intention right now to ground yourself to the physical world by sending your roots down through the base of your spine, the bottoms of your feet, and anchor yourself to Mother Earth and bring that energy up into your body, that grounding, healing energy, this pure positive energy. There's no negativity in Mother Earth's vibration. Yes, she's holding a lot of energies and frequencies because the collective is everything, right? But the pure essence of Mother Earth, like you, is divine. So you're tapping into that energy, right? You're not tapping into any negative crap. You're tapping into the pure source energy that is Gaia, that is Mother Earth. And you're flooding your body with that earth energy that's uplifting you, grounding you, so that you can apply what we've taught you today, apply the healing especially to your day-to-day life. Because what's the point of learning anything if you can't apply it? What's the point of receiving a healing when it's not integrated into your being? So right now, take a deep breath in and set the intention to integrate everything that you've received today. Right? It'll happen because you say it is happening. That is the power that you are. That is the power that created you. But you are so powerful, so incredibly powerful, that you can deny your power. But let's be clear, only you can do that, no one else. There's no outer force like God. There's no God that can do that. You are God. You can give your power over to somebody, but you are doing it. Only you can disempower you. So decide what you want. Choose it. Stand in that truth, right? Be who you truly are, and everything will work out. Why will it work out? Because you say so. That's it. All right. Until next time, again, be sure to subscribe. Join our academy if you want to go further, because I don't know, these energies are going to kind of kick everybody's asses. I'm sorry. That's what the other side said. They said it's going to get really intense. We're here to help you whatever way you're open to it. Check out our everything page in the description box, or if you want to know everything that we do, it really has everything. It really will tell you everything that we do. All right. So take care till next time. We send you love. Choose love. Don't choose fear. You're going to see um, you're going to see the world really dividing down that line of love and fear. You have to decide what you're standing for, and then stand your ground and refuse to harbor fear unless that's the world you want to create. Right. I love you. Take care.